Miquel Romero Carrera is a wine industry expert who has molded his passion for the business and for globe-trotting into a rewarding international career. Currently, he is an export manager who travels often and seeks new wine markets in Latin America and the Caribbean. Previously, he worked in Napa Valley supporting the Robert Mondavi Winery as a wine educator. His work has led him down many roads for exploration and is just the beginning of his journey. Thank you, Miquel, for joining me today and all the way from Spain. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today about some of your work that you do and some of the challenges and rewarding things that come about with your job in the wine industry. So tell me about what you do for your current job.
So thanks for the invitation and for the interview, Alison. Well, right now I am working as export manager in one group of wineries from Spain. Call it Grupo Pesquera. Okay, and I am in charge of the South American markets and Caribbean markets, and I like this position in the company because you have a lot of possibilities to travel and know new countries, cultures, food, everything, markets.
What got you interested in that industry?
So the main reason I think that is the possibility of travel and spend your work time in different countries. I think that it's a great opportunity to know how it works each country, as economy, the lifestyle, enjoy with the landscapes, the different people that you met.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I think that's really people tend to forget how much food plays into as a cultural thing, and how eating and drinking is, so it's so diverse in the world, and that's something that people don't realize when they're, you think of language, you think of somebody with an accent, you think of, body language, but you don't always associate food and those type of things, and that's something really interesting that you touched upon that. Was there like a pivotal moment or a person or a series of events that led you into this career?
Well, I met a man when I was working in Spain that opened my eyes. He encouraged me to start the adventure of growing both professional and personally in the United States. And then I decided to go to California. The best moment for me in terms of improving my professional skills was in California on summer 2016.
So tell me more about that experience.
For me, this experience was perfect in that moment. I was 27 years old. And I knew a new world for me, and as well had the opportunity to work in one of the biggest company in terms of the wine world industry. Was great and was very helpful for me and for my knowledge.
What exactly did you do in Napa?
In Napa, I did trade tours, and I worked with the hospitality department of Robert Mondavi Winery. So I host people from all over the United States, and I host, for example, distributors, restaurant, managers of wine shops, importers from South America, etc.
And how long were you there?
I've been there for 7 months.
Okay.
For 7 months, and then I spent 1 month more traveling.
Right. and that as one should when they're all the
Yeah.
way on the West Coast like that. Um, and right now you do some traveling for work. What are the different? What's the area that you currently work in, and where are the places that you've so far been to?
So right now my work, my job is completely different. So now I am living in Valladolid. It's one city uh, next to Madrid, in the north part of
Mm.
Madrid, about two
Okay.
hours driving from Madrid, and well, I spend more or less 75 days per year abroad, and the rest at
Mm.
home. Well, in the office,
Mm.
and I'm spending some time in the office, and also I enjoy of 4 weeks of vacation per year. So during this time I have, well, it's the only opportunity that I have to see my family and friends.
Oh, okay. That's got to be really tough.
Yeah, well, yeah, a bit.
I mean, assuming you love seeing your friends and family, it's that's got to be hard to be away from home like that. Where are some of the countries that you travel to for this job? Like you said, Latin America and Caribbean. Where specifically have you been to?
I've been. I can say all the countries that I've been, if you want. Uh,
Sure.
yeah, I've been in Guatemala. I've been in Mexico. I've been in Costa Rica. I've been in Panama. I've been in Dominican Republic. I've been in Cuba. I've been in Puerto Rico, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru.
Wow. So that's
Yeah,
I'm not
too
jealous at
much.
all.
Too much.
And what's on? Do you have anybody on like on next? Like anybody new? Any new countries coming up?
Uh, well, yes, but it's not the best moment to visit
Okay.
this country. So
Okay. Oh. Mm, okay.
Nicaragua, it's impossible right now, and El Salvador.
Mm,
El
I
Salvador.
understand.
You know, uh, I don't want to. I don't want to take risks.
Right. I absolutely. Now, now all these countries have their own wine agriculture that they grow, or is this more like exporting
Exporting.
uh, exporting only?
Export.
Is there a large market for these wines in these countries?
Yeah. So in these countries, what happens with the Spanish wine that it's for the target and the customers that can get the wine from Spain, France, or Italy are people
Mm,
from high level of incomes and money. So it's
right.
rich people of each country.
Mm. Um, when you're in these countries, or when you were even in America, do you experience culture shock?
Yeah. Let me see. One moment.
Yeah.
Uh, I have the. Yeah. Yes. Well, I think that I experienced it a culture shock more in Spain than in other countries.
Really,
Yeah, yeah,
really.
yeah.
Wow.
For this reason, I think that in the same country, the regions are very different. The traditions are different, the languages, the food, the landscape. It is the advantage to live in Spain, and happens as well in US, I think, no? But
Right.
when you are outside, you are more open mind, I think, on more with a different concept. I am traveling, I am here, but when
Right.
you go to Spain and you are living in the opposite part from your place, the people are completely different, the landscape, everything, and for the reason was more hard, the culture shock in Spain than in my place. I mean, I am from one
Really.
part of Spain that it's located the northeast part, call it Catalonia. You know the
Okay.
conflict, the politicians that are in the jail, that the Catalans want to separate. I think that it's a tough
Yes.
moment for me and for the context. For this
Okay.
was more hard for the moment, for the political moment that we are living.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's really interesting. So you could say that, like you said, that's really interesting point that you are abroad, so or you prepared yourself mentally for the differences other than just language. But in your own country, you wouldn't think that would be as hard to
it's hard because it's like
experience.
competition. It's like it's like a game. The people who wants to separate and the people who don't wants to separate. It's like it's tough. It's tough, and it's a conflict that came from a long time ago.
Right, right, right. Do you look forward to traveling then as part of your? I mean, you said it definitely it was attractive, but when it's going to happen, are do you look forward to getting out of the office and being away for some time?
No, I prefer to spend. Could you repeat, Alison?
Oh, do you look forward? Does it get you excited to when you know that you have a trip planned as part of your job? Like you say, oh, I know I'm going to be in Panama for a week every month. I know I'm going to be in Puerto Rico next month for a week. Do you look forward to those opportunities?
Well, yes, I spend. Well, I don't understand, Alison, because could you repeat, please?
Okay. No, it's okay. So when you know that you're going to be traveling, do you look forward? Are you excited that you know that you're going to be traveling to
Yeah,
Panama for?
yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Travel, and I like to discover new countries, and I love the people from there, and I like to know how it works with the market and with the selling situation of the wine, and yeah, I like it. I like it, but spend more time in each country. I don't have enough time because it's I spend only the work time and then I go back to Spain, or
Right.
I visit the next country.
Oh, right, right, right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
company don't agree with this. The company wants to pay only the flights, the accommodation for the work days.
Mhm. Right. But that's like a lot of companies too. I mean, even no matter where you
I
go, it's
understand. I understand.
but that's frustrating because you feel like you're there, but you're not really experiencing it as much as you would like.
But
Um.
when I am traveling, in some travels, I have the weekend in the middle, so I
Oh,
can
okay.
spend
That's nice.
one day and a half, and I can visit. For example, the last 2 weeks I've been in Mexico, and I spent Monday and Sunday and Monday. Monday was a day off on Mexico, was
Okay. Oh, nice.
festivity, and I spent two days in Mexico, and I could visit the city and the sightseeing, the historic park. Yeah.
Now, obviously, Spanish is your native language, but do you have a hard time, or do you have any challenges, I should say, communicating with the vendors and
Yeah.
distributors in the markets in these other Latin American countries?
In a Latin American countries, no, but I mean, it's the culture. It's completely different.
Right.
The Latin American people. It's not like the people from the north of Europe or from the U.S. or Canada. You have to be careful, and you don't have to believe everything. You have to be careful. You have to be, but the people are very helpful. Uh,
Okay. That's good.
and well, sometimes you don't have to believe everything, but so far I don't have any bad experience.
Oh, that's great.
I think that
Um,
the question of difficult to communicate locally. I mean, um, probably in countries like Ecuador or countries like Guatemala or countries with less tourism, I think that it depends of the region and the place
Of course.
where you are living or where you are traveling. The communication skills, I think that the people from each country are completely influenced for the location and the economic activities that are carried out.
Okay. Okay.
The countries with tourism or with an attraction of people from other places, the adaptation and the communication goes faster and easier because
Right.
you are not alone. They used to deal with other people, and as well you can make friends faster,
Right.
and there are more lifestyles than the places or the countries with less tourism, less immigrants,
Mm.
more close mind, more difficult
Mm.
in general.
Um.
You know what I mean, more or less?
Yes. Yes. So when it's the same even if you go to any country. If you're going to the capital city, it's a little bit more cosmopolitan,
Mm.
more like I said, more immigrants, more chances that people will at least know English. I mean, at least in my case, we'll know English, and you may be able to have some, you know, you still be able to get around a little bit easier. Maybe the transportation systems are a little bit more advanced. The infrastructure might be a little bit better, as opposed to, like you said, if you go somewhere a little bit more remote, you know, like I said, people are just used to their own little. Yeah, they live in like a bubble. They're not used to having a lot of outside visitors, and like you said, sometimes it could be more rich of an experience because you're seeing daily life like it really is, as opposed to, like you said, the cosmopolitan, fast pace. Everything's very quick. That's I think that's something that's
Yeah, I agree. I
it's
agree.
really interesting. Yeah,
I agree.
I think that's something I didn't even really consider because I figured I just assumed that a lot of your work was going to be mostly in the capital cities or bigger cities. I didn't realize that you were doing stuff a little bit more remotely or maybe in smaller areas or areas in the country that maybe are less, like you said, visited.
And
So that's
it's curious because every country, each country are completely different. There are countries that are living 100% of the tourism that they host. Countries that are living with the industry and different economic part. But in general, or a lot of people in South America that the commercials or something like this that they started in Spain or in US and then they go back and but more or less it's a different concept to deal with these people. It's a different concept, it's a different culture, and in some points it's difficult because when you have money between the two, between one part and the other part, you have to be careful in these countries. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ah,
because it's tough, it's difficult. Each country depends of the president of each moment of the
each moment, not
yeah.
even each, not even each term, each moment.
Mm, and as well, the country depends are very unregular. In one year, maybe you go there and then boom.
And also, too, you were looking at it. You've mentioned some countries that have experienced some natural disasters, like Puerto Rico, or
Yeah.
even like Peru has a lot of like landslides and flooding and stuff like that. How that also, I'm sure, affects how you're able to
The
market.
earthquake or volcano eruption. But
Yeah.
yeah, but
Oh yeah. Even the
well,
volcano.
the best part of Puerto Rico is that it's U.S.
Yeah.
If Puerto Rico wasn't part of US, I think that could be a country as Dominican Republic or Cuba or something like this.
Mm. Yeah, that's that does, I'm sure, make a huge difference. And in a lot of the country too, there are areas that weren't affected as poorly as with I'm saying with like the hurricane. So it's people I think are going back there now to travel again. So at least that is also picked up, and I'm sure it will affect your market as well because people are going to be looking
Of
for.
course, of course.
Yeah, of course. People need to have their wine. So, 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 what's your next like moves? In your industry, are you looking to continue to be in this role? Are you looking to move on to something different within the wine industry, or some completely different industry?
Good question. Good question. I don't know. I don't know. Probably I go back to my hometown, maybe in a big city. I don't know, but um, working in this field, in this position, I think that for a small town during maybe 4, 5, 6 years, it's okay. But my entire life, I don't think so. You
Right.
know, I think that in the future I will be, because I studied a master degree to be a high school teacher. So I think
Oh,
that,
really?
yeah. I am a high school teacher of history and geography, and for the
Oh,
reason I have the
I know
math
that. Just to make sure.
for the geography lesson.
That's clear proof you're in history and geography.
And I think that in a few years, I don't know when exactly, but in a few years, in the future, I will be a teacher, a high school teacher. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But who knows? I don't know. We will see. Who knows?
Well, I feel like that's
Because
everybody.
in 2 seconds, the life could change everything. Could change everything. So I will see.
What was I gonna say? That's I did not know you were going to be a high school teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
I
looking
studied I
to
studied
do
the
any?
master degree 1 year, 1 year and a
Okay.
half, 1 year and a half,
Hmm.
and I've been in one high school as a uh, as a like a practice. Then
Yeah.
I get my exams and everything, and yeah. So I am a high school teacher.
Are you looking forward to doing any other traveling this year?
This year, on my vacations, I go back to my hometown with my
Hmm.
friends. Then we spend 1 week with my friends, probably in the Canarian Islands. It's
Oh, okay.
one island on the southwest
Yeah.
part of Spain, next to Africa.
Hmm.
There, and then this Monday I fly to Costa Rica,
Nice.
and next Colombia, and then I fly back to
Nice.
Spain, to Madrid.
Okay. Are you
So
looking
in a
forward
few
to that?
days I will be in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica is amazing. The landscape is amazing. It's very safe. It's a very ecological way of life.
Hmm.
Very green with a lot of forest. You are in the middle of the landscapes are amazing, and as well the beach and the coast. It's Guanacaste. It's called it one part of the beach. Guanacaste and Tortuguero are beaches with with amazing landscape environment.
I was gonna say words sometimes can't describe it. You have to go there and see it
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
and just enjoy it. Well, that's awesome. So, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I think it's really interesting, the different ways that you have to work through a lot of the cultural differences with visiting different countries and working through this career. And stay in touch. And I'm really interested in hearing if you do become the high school teacher. And wow, I'm really shocked. I didn't realize you were a high school teacher.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day, and have safe travels.
Okay, Alison, thanks a lot as well. And sorry for my English. I have to go back as well another time to US and improve. Maybe living for a couple of months or more,
Yeah.
and improve as well.
Yeah.
Improve again my English and know more places. The East Coast, for example.
Yes. Come to the East Coast. Come on.
East
Come
Coast.
here.
I
You're always welcome here.
Yeah, I know the West Coast, one part of the West Coast,
Right.
so I have to visit it the other side, and as well, yeah, we can meet together again, and and you can show me the other part of US.
Yes, the other. Yes, absolutely. You're always welcome. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, Alison.